Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa Weston. Today's question comes to us from David from YouTube, and he was asking if we could do another video like we did on the bow pose tutorial, kind of, where we showed lots of modifications for bow pose for people who had pain in their knee. And so I think that's a great idea. In fact, we've had a request from another Namaste yogi who wanted us to do safety precautions for all the yoga poses. And so that is something that we do intend to do over time. So now we've got bow pose and pigeon, so that's a start, 2 poses. So today I'm going to show you lots of modifications for pigeon's pose. And I think I came up with, how many did I come up with? 6, 9. So if you come up with more, leave them in the comments. I would love that because I think you're more clever than me, for sure. Okay, so the first one that I really like as a modification for pigeon pose, actually maybe we should just show what pigeon pose is first. Here's sleeping pigeon. You come onto all fours, you bring your right knee forward and your left leg back. You fold forward. There's sleeping pigeon. You come up, there's proud pigeon, and then there's king pigeon. So this one bothers people's knees, lots of issues. A lot of times people's hips are really tight and this is really lifted. So let me show you some options. The first one is you can do this pose lying down. So we do this all the time actually in our class, and you may not know, but this is called reclined pigeon. So you can lie on your back, cross your right leg over your left leg, open your knee out to the side, and draw your leg in. So if at any time when we're doing pigeon and it's bothering your knees, you can always take reclined pigeon. And if this is even too much, you can use your strap and pull it in like this. So that's my first option. My second option for pigeon is you can do it sitting in a chair, and we're going to be filming a whole yoga class in the chair for people who work in offices and they want to do a little yoga in their chair during the day, but also for seniors who have a hard time getting up and down and off the mat, or people who have neurological problems, vertigo, even people who are just too obese to do yoga on the mat yet and they want to get started somewhere. So we're going to be filming that this week probably. So you can do pigeon sitting in your chair. You cross one leg over the other and you're going to forward fold from here. You can also do standing pigeon. So you can come up to standing, cross one leg over the other, and sit down like this. That's an option as well. Okay, so say you are in pigeon pose and you want to do it like everybody else, but your knee is bothering you. So you come forward, you bring your right knee forward. Normally your right heel would be over by your right hip bone. If you're more flexible, you can bring your right heel forward more until it's at a straight in line with your top of your mat. But you want to make sure your hip's really ready for that, because if it's not, it's going to go right into your knee joint. So the way to make it easier on your knee is to bring your right heel closer to right in towards your groin. Okay? And you can even bring it right underneath your hip bone. Okay? So that's the option. The other thing to do is to always fill your space. So if you come into pigeon pose and your hips are really tight here so they're not dropping down to the ground, you can fill the space here. So say my hips are really tight and I'm at a really hard edge here, then I'm just going to fill the space with a block. And I can fold forward here, or I can fill the space with a folded up blanket or mat. Another option for pigeon pose, I told you I had a lot of options, is to do zigzag legs. So instead of having your back leg straight, you can have your legs, I'll do it this way because it might be easier to see, to have your legs in a zigzag. and then fold forward here. And that's just a little easier. Okay, now I'm going to give you some options for King Pigeon Pose. So, when you're going to come into King Pigeon, we'll do it with your left leg forward. That's the version where you have your back leg off the ground. This is my tighter side, and you draw your back leg in, and eventually your foot would rest on your head, and it would be really amazing and beautiful. So your first option here is, instead of lifting your back lower leg in, you can just tuck your back toes under and lift your knee. That's a great option for King Pigeon Pose. The second option is to get your strap, and this is the one a few episodes back where everybody was teasing me for having my game face on. And it was on this side too. You can use your strap here. Okay, and then the third option that you can use in King Pigeon Pose, why we're at the fence here, is to use a wall. So you put your mat perpendicular to the wall, and you put your back knee against the wall and your left leg forward, and you use the wall to support your leg. So this is a really nice option to support you in King Pigeon Pose. I really like this one. It's very supported. Thanks so much for leaving your comments and questions below. If you have more options for Pigeon or King Pigeon Pose, then you can leave them below. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.
Finding a great yoga class is becoming more costly and difficult. Now there's a better way to self-improvement in the privacy of your own home. Visit Dr. Melissa West at melissawest.com and start getting free weekly online videos. Real yoga for real people.